Good morning, Hampton Roads. How's everybody doing today? And welcome to Virginia's only local real estate investing podcast, where we get to talk about local investors, local deals, and all things local. I'm your host, the founder of the Master Investor Academy and author of my best-selling book, Work Just Gets in the Way of Making Money, Scott Jelinek. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, things you'd like to discuss right here, or any properties you'd like to sell, you can go ahead and text me at 757-699-4227. That's 757-699-4227. And if you have not done so already, go ahead, subscribe to this channel and leave me a rating and review. And if you're watching it on YouTube, go ahead and click the like button. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have been doing great with that. So I get to see that you are in fact, watching and enjoying the content that we are putting out there. So today is Friday, and I apologize. I missed you guys yesterday. And so what happened was, I hate when people always say that to me. So anyway, it was my mother's birthday yesterday, and I took her out to lunch over at Cooper's Hawk over by Lynnhaven Mall. If you have not been there, it is fantastic. And we had a great lunch. I took my sister, my mother, and my wife, and then they give you that big thing, and I had a whole bottle of wine, and it was great. And we had probably a 2.5 hour lunch. It was great. And then I went back to the office, and my plan was to work at the office for a couple hours, and then I was going to head home. And then right before I was getting ready to head home, a friend of mine texted me that they were doing a soft opening. I'm sure you guys have heard of Chicho's here in our local area, where they're opening up a new one over next to Sam's Club on the Boulevard, Little Neck area, where Il Giardino used to be. And so they're opening up a Chicho's there. So they were doing a soft opening last night just for friends and family, just to test the kitchen and test the servers. And so I ended up going by there at 5. And then, next thing you know, here we go. And there goes the night. So I missed you guys yesterday. I'll tell you a funny story of something that happened while I was there. So I was there maybe with about 6 of my friends. And this waitress, young, good-looking waitress, was serving us, and then she comes back over and she says something along the lines of, "Where do I know you guys from?" Or "I know you guys from somewhere," and so automatically thinking, I don't know where she could know us from. And then she comes back over the next time and she's like, "I think you probably hang out with my mom." And let me tell you something. That makes you feel old right there. All of a sudden, she's asking, "Where do I know you from?" And then she's like, "You must hang out with my mom." And so it was it's one of those eye-opening things. You got to remember, we're getting old. Everyone else seems to stay the same, but we keep getting older day by day. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is collaboration over competition. And I'm going to tell you a story about a deal that just closed that I actually have to deliver today, a surprise check. And I love delivering surprise checks. So this is going out to one of my coaching partners. And I'm going to tell you the scenario, and then we'll talk more about it. So this is one of my local coaching partners. We went on an appointment, and he does not know about this yet. So I'm hoping he does not listen to this or see this before I meet with him this afternoon. I hope so. Anyway, so he had an appointment. We went on this appointment. It was out in Chesapeake. And the seller was there. Seller told us what he wanted for the house. He said he was only meeting with 2 investors, us and one other person. And to make your offers, and he's just going to take the highest offer. Well, anyway, as we're leaving, I see the other investor who's coming in, and it's somebody that I know. And again, I've been doing this since 1994, so I know a good chunk of them. You'll never know all of them. And even the ones you know don't mean you have a working relationship. But it's somebody that I know and I've worked with. So we said hello and we left. Well, before I got into the whole offer thing, and I realized what's going to happen is there's only 2 of us. We're going to end up competing. One of us is going to win, and one of us is going to get nothing. That's the way it goes. And if you're competing, what happens? You end up going higher and higher until there may not be much of any money left for, the wholesaling. And so what I did when we left, I waited, about a half hour because I knew he was done. And then I texted him and I said, "Listen, this is the situation. It's you and me. We're both here. Do you want to compete, or do you want to, we'll just work it together and we'll split the assignment fee?" And so right away he was like, "Oh, that's a great plan. We'll just do it together and we'll split the assignment fee." So we both submitted roughly the exact same offer. It didn't matter which one he took. And then we wholesaled it together, and now we split the assignment fee, which I'm all about that. I do that all the time. Whenever I know I'm specifically competing with somebody, either we talk and we're both working the same lead, or I run into them at a deal, I will always opt for working it together and splitting it than competing and competing and competing. And some people are the opposite. They'd rather compete. I compete. Who I always tell people, I said, the only person you're competing with is yourself. You're competing with yourself, your former self, your yesterday self. That's the person I'm competing with. I'm not competing with the outside world. And so some people are, though. Some people live to compete. They want to say they're the biggest and the best and do the most deals, and that's their business. That's not who I am. So I'm not competing with anybody other than myself. So I always opt for collaborating. If we can collaborate, I'm like, nope, let's do it. So anyway, to take it a step further, so we did this deal, but I did not tell my coaching partner yet. And the reason I did not tell him yet is because oftentimes these types of deals can fall through for numerous reasons. And I didn't want to put him through a roller coaster of emotions that, oh, it was great, I'm getting this check, and then, oh, it fell through. So I am going to surprise him today. So it's closed now. I picked up the check yesterday, and so I have it in my possession now. And so this afternoon, I'm going to meet him. I'm going to text him actually right when I'm done here, and I'm going to say, hey, are you free to meet for coffee or a beer? And whatever he responds, wherever he can meet, I'm going to meet him, and then I'm going to surprise him with his assignment fee check, which will be on YouTube. Hopefully, if he allows me to, I will record it and we'll put it on YouTube later if you guys are in fact watching it on YouTube. So that's the story of that particular check. But where I was going with this in the beginning is collaboration over competition. There are hundreds or thousands of us in any given market that are real estate investors, right? We're all working this business. We're all working. There's only X amount of houses. We're all working the same ones. You only got to get a couple, till you're making a solid business. But what I'm here to tell you is you can get so much further and you can make so much more money by collaborating with the other investors instead of acting like you're all competition and we have to, be secretive and hide stuff from you and we're not going to tell you what's going on. Now, mind you, not everybody. You can't collaborate with everybody because some people are just snakes in the grass. Some people are going to want to cheat you. And I get that. However, your rule is, my rule is this, and your rule should be, I'm sure you guys have heard this saying, if someone screws you once, shame on them. If someone screws you twice, shame on you. Well, that is exactly the way it is. So yes, someone can get away with screwing you over on something. As long as you never let them get away with it again, then that's fine. They're out of that world then, and you would never consider doing anything with them again. So yes, that will come up every now and then. You just always make sure you uphold your end of the bargain, and you will find good, honest, ethical investors that you can work with as well. There's so much more money out there if you guys will just collaborate and work together. I know people all around the country, and some of them are great. Then they work with all other investors in their area, and some people are closed-minded and they're like, nope, I want to dominate. I'm going to dominate and dominate. And that's their whole focus, is to be better than the other people instead of just better than themselves. And being better than, I'm reading a book right now, which is it's interesting because it relates to what we're talking about. It's called The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek. And it's an excellent book. But one of the big things that he talks about is, basically it's infinite. It's an endless game. If it was a finite game, you can just do what you got to do to win and then it's over. But this is an infinite game. This goes on forever. So getting ahead of your competition for a day or a week doesn't do anything for you. If you collaborate with them, it can go on forever. I get deals given to me sometimes just because of the relationships, or they'll have a deal and they know I can sell it for more. And they'll say, listen, the most I got is 80 grand. If you can get 90 or 100 or whatever, I'd rather split the assignment fee with you. And I'll just make a couple texts and I'm getting free money, sometimes $15,000, $20,000 free money, because they know I'm honest. I'm not going to screw them over. They send me the deal. They know I have a good buyer's list, and I coordinate everything, handle it all the way through closing for them. And I pick up a check, and it wasn't even a deal that I had. Okay, so I'm hoping I'm getting this through to you. Be collaborative. Collaborate with your competition, the people who are in your market, your other investors. Collaborate with them instead of thinking about that we're just competing with each other and only one of us can win. That is not the case. You can both win. You can both win. You can work with other investors in your area, and both of you can win. You do not have to make it a competition where only one of you is going to win and one of you is going to lose. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope it gets through to you, because I'm telling you, I was thinking about it the other day. I said, I can't count. It's probably $100 grand a year I get from collaborating. And I know that's not a huge windfall, but it's probably, between all the multiple little things, probably about $100 grand a year. Well, that's a lot. That's extra, because you weren't being, that type of personality that says, no, I'm just going to step on you. I want to have it all for myself. So collaboration wins, in my opinion, 100% of the time. That's all I got for you guys today. When you're out there today, when you're out there looking at houses, when you're out there thinking about what you're going to do for your business, maybe tweaking your website, maybe putting out some bandit signs or billboard cards, do something today. Do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. Don't listen to me say this every single day and say, oh no, tomorrow I'll do it. Something today, even if it's tiny, even if it's a tiny little thing and you're just doing one thing to advance your business. Do one thing today that's going to advance your business. Do one thing today that your future self is going to thank you for. You will thank me for it in the end. So get started on it today. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, go ahead and click the like button, click the subscribe button, leave me a rating and review if you're listening to it on podcast. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys soon. Have a fantastic day.